What is up PG Nation, I'm Ben and welcome to my top 10 Netflix games that you absolutely must play. And while I have you here, don't forget to subscribe. I know that most of you are watching my videos are not subscribed yet, and I would love it if you did. And if you do, you will get your comments on screen like right now. Now, let's jump right in. Number 10. Relic Hunters Rebels. This game is best described as a looter-shooter RPG, which is basically a bite-sized offering of the series shooter combat on mobile, built without the need for heavy monetization like so many others in the genre on the Play Store. Relic Hunters Rebels is a colorful top-down shooter where you will loot to your heart's content to build and collect the game's 44 weapons. The devs even said that making a fun game without having to worry about how to pay their bills was an incentive to work with Netflix and to keep the game fun and fair for everyone, and I think that's awesome. So if you're a fan of the Relic Hunter looter shooter series or are simply looking to play a game built for fun instead of separating you from your wallet, Rebels is waiting for you to install. Number 9. Into the Breach. Into the Breach is a challenging tactical RPG that puts you in control of mechs to protect humans from the invasion of an alien insect race. This is a game that requires some careful and strategic thinking. The levels have a grid-based layout populated by everything from your units and friendly structures to foliage and enemies. Each mech comes with its own unique skills and weaknesses, and you and your opponent take turns strategically moving units and just basically trying to outsmart each other. The focus here is again strategy. So for example, a combat mech punches like a tank and pushes enemies to neighboring tiles, while a cannon mech has range attacks and shoot powerful laser beams from distance. One wrong move could mean the destruction of a friendly structure or the death of one of your units. Highly recommend this one for the strategy fans. Number 8. Lucky Luna. Lucky Luna is a side-scrolling platformer inspired by Japanese folklore. You will guide Luna through a bunch of traps, obstacles and environments to unlock the secrets of her past. To do so, you need to collect pearls and clues that are scattered across the game. It's worth mentioning that unlike most platformers, there is no jump button here. Instead, you must use the laws of physics to your advantage and help Luna through deep chasms to her ultimate goal. Lucky Luna is a fun, charming platformer, but the real challenge is, can you complete a 2D platformer without ever jumping? I guess there's only one way to find out. Number 7. Kentucky Route Zero. It's hard to describe the story that Kentucky Route Zero tells. This surrealist point-and-click adventure sees you traversing a southern United States themed area as you try to deliver a package. During this adventure, you will come across many different characters as you discover their backstories full of themes that discuss the effects of capitalism on the impoverished, trauma, loss, guilt, and so much more. Kentucky Route Zero is more of an artistic experience than it is a game, and it is an absolute must-play. Number 6. Oxenfree. Night School Studios' critically acclaimed Oxenfree that first launched back in 2016 is now on Netflix, so that even more people can experience this awesome narrative-driven experience that is loved for its style, realistic dialogue system, captivating storytelling, relatable characters, and last but not least, great visuals. You play as Alex, a rebellious teen who attends a late-night party on an island which is an abandoned military region, and together with your stepbrother and friends, you manage to open a ghostly rift and make the threat resurface. I won't go further into the story, so I spoil as little of it as possible, but it is absolutely worth experiencing for yourself. Sean Crankle, the co-founder and director of Night School Studio, said that launching the game on Netflix is a really exciting opportunity to introduce Alex's story to even more people, maybe even someone who never thought they would enjoy playing a game. A game which is now available for players worldwide in their local language, and it is a must-play. Number 5. Moonlighter. Moonlighter is an action RPG that plays a lot like an isometric Zelda. The game revolves around exploring dangerous dungeons by night and running a shop by day where you sell your loot. It's up to you to arrange merchandise, set the price tags of items and welcome customers. You can use your hard-earned coins to upgrade your shop, town and weapon and armor, as well as buy items like health and magic potions to name a couple. The night is where the action takes place, so you'll be adventuring in randomly generated dungeons in roguelike fashion. The deeper you go into each of the dungeons, the more rare items you will find, but if you get too carried away and end up dying, you will lose most of the loot you managed to grab on that run. Moonlighter looks great with that nostalgic vibe and is sure to give Zelda and roguelike fans a great time. Number 4. Skies of Chaos. Skies of Chaos is an arcade-style shoot-'em up where you take on the role of Captain Campbell, a dogfighter both in nature of being a dog and also an airship captain. The game features a top-down arcade-style gameplay with tons of unique bosses and a nice pixel-based art style. In other words, there's a lot to like here. Gameplay-wise, you play as a tiny little ship that needs to take down tons of enemies with the help of a stream of bullets, all while dodging their projectiles too. It's a simple formula, but be warned, the bullet hell style of games is known for being difficult, and this game is no exception. There's also a bit of an RPG system here, as you will collect loot which can be used to upgrade your ships, weapons and more. And to make it even sweeter, there are literally thousands of weapon combinations you can equip, leading to tons of replay value. This is definitely a little hidden gem. Number 3. Desta: The Memories Between. Do you ever wish you could go back in time and fix things, mend relationships, maybe create ones you missed? Desta is a story about that. You take on the role of Desta, a young heroine bothered by past mistakes, and through surreal dreamlike worlds, you get to help her grip with her past and maybe create a better present. Desta: The Memories Between is an isometric story-driven roguelite with elements of an unusual ball game. This is from the same studio that brought us the excellent Monument Valley, and though lighthearted in terms of gameplay, Desta touches upon themes of mental health, which is not something many games dare to do, and kudos to the devs for that. Number 2. Before Your Eyes. Before Your Eyes will take you on an extremely immersive and emotional journey that a lot of people will be able to relate to. Add to that the innovative blinking mechanic, fully voiced story and wonderful world, and you have a masterpiece that has won over 15 awards in the industry. You will take on the role of the ferryman whose goal is to locate and transport the souls of those who have lived extraordinary lives into the afterlife. On this powerful journey, you will learn of the characters' lives, the choices they made and the moments that made them who they are. The blinking mechanism is a unique feature as well, and the gameplay is controlled entirely by the player's eyes, as your glances and blinks captured from the camera will shape the game's narrative. It's like experiencing each memory through the character's eyes, and I highly recommend playing it. And before we check out my top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. TMNT Shredder's Revenge. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge is the latest addition to the Netflix games library, to the joy of Android and iOS gamers. TMNT Shredder's Revenge is an action-packed beat-em-up with a dose of nostalgia and no ads to bother you. You will join the turtle heroes to take down Shredder and his foot soldier, and you can play as Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello and Michelangelo, as well as April and Master Splinter, to name a few. There's a story mode and an arcade mode, and the game is playable solo or in co-op online. The game features beautiful pixel art visuals, a vibrant Cowabunga soundtrack and Bluetooth controller support, and is easily my top pick to play. And that sums up my picks for the top 10 must-play Netflix games in 2023. But now I want to hear from you down in the comments. Do you play games on Netflix? And if so, which ones? Of course, as always, if you enjoyed this video, clicking the like button does help me out a lot and I would really appreciate that. And if you're new, consider subscribing because I put out new videos like this every week. Also, a special thanks to my YouTube members, and if you want to support my content as well, links are down in the description. You can also show some love to this video with a super thanks. Once again, I'm Ben, thank you AG Nation for watching, and I'll see you next time, right here on Android GameSpot. Stay epic!